Good morning, everyone. The 14th District Court is now in session. My name is MIWashington, and I'm the judge that will be presiding over this session. The court will call the case of the state of Michigan versus Marcia Norman, case number 24S0002, as well as 23W001843.
Good morning. AP Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Hi, good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Please state your name for me, ma'am.
Marcia Norman.
Thank you. Who's representing Ms. Norman from the PD's office, please?
Sorry. Go ahead, Allison.
Okay, sorry, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Allison Mueller here on behalf of Ms. Norman.
Thank you. We're here for a pretrial and a show cause today.
Your Honor, regarding the pretrial, we will be asking for an adjournment. I believe the plan is for Ms. Norman to complete an assessment.
No objection to the adjournment. Ms. Mueller, as I've advised before, assessments prior to negotiations don't have any effect except that they usually make things worse. In this case, her offer would be impaired as long as there aren't any testing issues or anything like that. So she can get an assessment ahead of time because she may need one anyway, but that's not going to affect the plea.
Okay, thanks for letting me know. This is Mr. Lebo's case, so I'm not sure what him and Ms. Norman discussed as far as assessment, but that is in the notes for her to complete that.
Thank you. Ms. Norman, you also have a speeding ticket here from 2023 that is in show cause status. What is your intent regarding paying that ticket, ma'am?
Yes.
When do you plan to pay the ticket, ma'am?
I wanted to start paying it this week. I do get paid on Wednesday. I didn't know if I could pay it in portions. I know it was probably like over $100. I didn't know how the best way I could do that, or how, if I have a deadline or not.
1 second, I can tell you how much it is, and what you can do is you can come into the courthouse and make a payment or send it through the mail, but you can't pay online in portions.
Okay.
It's $180, ma'am.
Okay.
Do you need a payment plan where you can come in to pay it?
Yes, I can pay. I can pay most of it. I can pay 100 this week, and then I can pay the rest next week.
Okay, I won't put you on a payment plan. The next court date is not going to be until July 16th anyway, so you should have it paid off before then.
Okay. Yes.
Trial is adjourned to July 16th, 2024 at 9 a.m. Bond is continued. And your ticket will be moved to that same date. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye. We'll call the Tierra Anderson matters. Case numbers 23T00751 and 22W002690.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Allison Mueller here on behalf of Tierra Anderson. Ms. Anderson, can you state your name, please?
Tierra Anderson.
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Anderson.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Ms. Anderson is valid. I'm sure that was, it was. And I don't know what's the situation with her insurance.
Yes, I do have insurance.
Yeah, I think that information was provided to me previously. So what we'll do in this matter is amend and add a count of the civil infraction for impeding traffic. She could admit responsibility to that, and we'll dismiss the 2 misdemeanor charges.
Thank you, Mr. Burnett. Ms. Anderson, or excuse me, yeah, Ms. Anderson does want to accept that offer. She is requesting to have 20 days to be able to pay off that ticket.
So, okay, I see. So she's gonna admit to add count 3 of impeding traffic. Counts 1 and 2 dismiss. And 20 days to pay the other expired plate ticket.
It'll be paid by next, Friday after this Friday. I believe that's the 21st.
So as to case number 23T00751, it's my understanding that you're going to be admitting responsibility to an impeding traffic for an offense that occurred on 1 second. You can put the documents on separate sides to confuse me. I don't know which side it's going to be. Oh, you're doing it. Huh. Here it is. Okay. That occurred on October 21st, 2023 at the vicinity of US 12 bypass and Wyatt Road. Is that
Yes,
correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Counts 1 and 2 are dismissed. The impeding traffic fine is $180. So can you pay that today or you need?
No, I can have that paid in full on the 21st, Friday after next.
So what we'll do is we'll just put them both on for July 9th. If you've paid them up, then you don't have to be here, okay?
Okay. Bless you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. They'll both be on for 10 a.m. So as long as you are paid, then we don't have to see you, okay?
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
State of Michigan versus Cortez Davis, case number 24S00089.
To make this for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Allison Mueller here on behalf of Cortez Davis. Mr. Davis, can you state your name, please?
Cortez Davis.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Davis.
Good morning. How you doing this morning?
I'm pretty good. Mr. Davis is here for a pretrial and a show cause.
Your Honor, as to the pretrial, we would be requesting an adjournment to go over discovery together and decide how to resolve the case.
No objection to the adjournment. Mr. Davis, I don't know what happened with his PCC on his felony case. That was, I believe, last week. GIS isn't updated, at least. I haven't pulled it up in
I got
base.
court. I got court on the 18th.
So it's set for preliminary examination on the 18th.
Huh?
I just said it was set for a preliminary examination next Tuesday, like you said, the 18th.
Yeah, yep, it's on the 18th. And when that case, most likely, just like my lawyer said, they have a picture of the person that it is, and the picture is not me. So
Right.
And Ms. Mueller, also, just so you're aware, Mr. Davis previously had an embezzlement case with Speedway pending in this court set for bench trial. And it was dismissed at the time because we had lost contact with the store personnel. We have since recontacted them and they've appeared in this court for several hearings. So he was advised that that would be reauthorized once that contact was reestablished. So just so you know, that other case is out there as well.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that or got any information on that other case.
You're saying that you've reauthorized it already?
No, I
Yeah, I
haven't yet.
can't. Oh,
I'm
You
just
haven't-
saying, I saw him on the docket today and remembered that that case had been previously dismissed.
So what you're saying is you plan to reauthorize it soon?
Yes.
Okay. I thought I called, but I haven't heard Mr. Barnett chime in. Case number 23W002509.
Oh, I'm sorry. Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
All right. In that case, it's a show cause anyway, but you're requesting an adjournment. What is his plan with respect to paying the parking ticket?
I could pay like $100 today.
All right. Can you tell me what the balance is?
Huh? She took.
No, I was asking the reporter to give me the balance, please. 1 second. It's a total of $222. So if you pay $100 today, all right, we can start with that. Let's see. You're asking for an adjournment. I can give you the July 16th date.
Okay, yes, that works, Your Honor. Thank you.
July 16th, 2024 at 9 a.m. for both. So you should have that $100 paid by then.
Okay.
Bond is continued. You're all set, sir. Have a good day. The device labeled WingTech, could you please unmute your device and tell us your first and last name?
David Phelan?
I'm sorry, what's your name? David Phelan?
Yes.
And there's, I think that's it. The court will call the matters of David Phelan, 18 FB 1685, 18 FB 1910, 24 W 000697. And that's it.
Person definitely for people.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of David Phelan.
Thank you. So please state your name again.
David Phelan?
Mhm. With respect to the pretrials, what's your plan?
Yeah, I'm a little confused. I saw it in the docket for a pretrial, but it looked like he's planning this case. Is this really supposed to be on here for a review?
Yeah, I think, well, at least ticket number 18 FB 1685 is. Let me look at the other case.
And that's the one I'm appearing on.
Yeah, both of them are, Your Honor. He's been appearing for payments.
All right. Yeah, these are payment plans.
I was not able to get in touch with Mr. Phelan, but I did see the last payment on 1685 was on May 14th. So Mr. Phelan, where are you on your payments for these matters?
I just made one like about 3 or 4 days ago.
Yeah, you made one for June 7th, on June 7th.
Yeah. So the next one I was gonna make is like Friday.
What I'm gonna do is put him on a payment plan, and that way it won't be as confusing in him paying on separate cases. Because he doesn't appear he has a payment plan. But well, he said he was gonna pay 200 every 2 weeks, but obviously that's not working. How much
Yeah,
can
I
you
had lost the job.
how much can you pay per month, sir?
I was gonna try to do the 200 again, but I probably like 100 every Friday or something like that.
You want to just stick with your 200 payment plan?
Yes, if not, I'll just tell them, man, that I'm not working like that or something, and drop it down. But I still like this Friday. I'm gonna put 100 on it, and then follow behind it the next Friday and put 100 on it.
Okay, all right. Tell them that's me. I'm the one you tell, sir. So,
Okay, yes, ma'am.
um, I'll bring you back here on August 20th to see how things are going.
Okay, ma'am.
Your Honor, it does appear that the township case, a DWLS case, is still open. That's 24W697.
That's funny. Everything shows up backwards. That one is he stood mute. That one is a pretrial. So what do you want to do on that matter?
Unfortunately, Your Honor, I did not have information on that one. Can I get the, hold on, let me get the case number.
He's still suspended. 24W000697. Thank you.
I guess I would ask for an adjournment on that one so that Mr. Phelan and I could talk.
Let
And
me
if he's
see.
still-
Let me see what he needs to do.
Okay. Thank you.
He's suspended out of 14A2, which is the city of Ipsy, for driving while licensed, suspended from a 2007 ticket. He's suspended out of 14A1 for a no proof of insurance ticket for a 2007 event. He's got a lot of suspensions. Another one for 14A2. He's suspended here. Suspended out of 15th district. Second suspension from here from being intoxicated from 2018. Another one for the same situation. Let's see if that's the same event. 1 second. 18 FB 1910. That's the one that's on the docket. Yeah, that's the same one. So if he if you pay another $200 on your ticket, your 1910 ticket, then you can pay the $45. As a matter of fact, you can pay $150 and the $45 reinstatement fee, and I'll allow that one to be taken off your record. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see here. Two more from 14B. I can only help you with the ones that are here. You want to get your license back, sir?
Yes.
There's some ticket IB 07002245. You have a pen to write this down, sir?
Just a second.
And Your Honor, while he's doing that, I don't see us appointed on this case. I don't know if Your Honor can look that up.
You may not be.
1910 says
Well, I'm looking at 24000697.
no one shows us being appointed.
All right. All right, I'll do a referral. I don't have any referral.
Yeah, I got a pen.
All right. All right, maybe they're in here. Maybe they're in this stuff. All right, sir. The ticket that you can pay, as long as it's just a reinstatement fee, you can pay on IB 07002245. which is a $45, it looks like just reinstatement fee. And then there's another one, 1 second. Oh, and then it's just the other operating while intoxicated. And so that one you need to pay $150 and you can then pay the $45 reinstatement fee. And then all you have left is two 14A2 cases, a 14A case and a 15th district court case. You'll have to contact them directly, but it looks like something you should be able to get taken care of. Okay?
Okay.
It might
Yeah.
take some time, but you can work on that. Okay? So you want me to give him some time to pay these, Ms. White?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and I'm referring this matter to the appointing authority as well, so that the PD's office can be appointed.
Thank you.
And I will see you back here, sir, on August 6th.
Okay.
You should have some time to work on those. So you should at least have the 14B matters taken care of by that time. Okay?
Yes.
Mhm. You're all set, sir. I see you back here on August 6th at 10 o'clock I'll do 9 o'clock a.m. for all of them. I'll see you at 9 a.m. on August 6th, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Great, thank you. Take care of yourself, Mr. Phelan. Bye-bye.
Yep. Motherfucker, yeah.
Yeah, on the 1910, he can pay.
Just the 1910.
Yeah, the other one he just can buy his clearance.
Okay.
He doesn't owe us anything, I
Okay.
don't think.
I just have to note it in there so that the rest don't have to answer me.
State of Michigan versus Chloe Clifton, 16-00931.
Rachel McDuffie, first speaking.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Davi Leib on behalf of Ms. Clifton. Ms. Clifton, could you state your name, ma'am?
Hi, I'm Miss Chloe Clifton,
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Clifton.
Your Honor.
We're here for a pretrial today.
That's correct, Your Honor. We previously adjourned so that I could come up with an offer for Ms. Clifton, but I didn't know who was handling this case and didn't hear from anyone about it. I can just place it on the record. Ms. Clifton can, I can dismiss count 1. She completes a count 2. Count 2 is the false info to a police officer. And with the deferred and now reporting probation, I would just ask that she do 24 hours of community service. And then the case could be dismissed afterwards.
Your Honor, could I have a brief breakout room with Ms. Clifton to discuss that offer?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Pass that, ma'am. The court will call the matters of John Wayne Russell, 22S000902, 21W003469, and 22W005866. We're here for two show causes and a pretrial.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of John Russell.
Sir, please state your name for us.
John Wayne Russell.
Thank you. Good morning.
Morning, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I'm just reading through Mr. Lebo's notes. Mr. Russell still is not valid. He would like an additional 60 days to get his fines paid. He was homeless at the last court date. He states that he now has a stable place to live and he is working. So we are asking for a final 45 to 60-day adjournment.
No objection.
All right, Mr. John Wayne Russell, we'll see you back here on August 20th at 9 a.m. for all these matters.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Take care of yourself, sir, and I wish you the best in trying to get this resolved.
I'm going to do my best. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I need to see progress, though.
Yes,
Okay?
ma'am. I paid some on some of the tickets, and I will take care of this.
Okay. All
Thank
right.
you so
So,
much.
have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'll take care of it. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I got it. Okay, thank you. Have a good day. You too.
Did I sign in?
Mr. Sean, please mute your device.
Huh?
Please mute your device. The court will call the cases of Amal Kasham, case numbers 21S396659.
What, Trevor? What is so important right now?
Ma'am, what is going on in your household with all that noise in the background?
Okay.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. Let me let you finish calling the cases. I was just going to say that Ms. Kasham is supposed to be in person today, but let me let you finish.
21W002620, 22W001931.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Ma'am, please state your name. Ma'am, please state your name.
Amal Kasham.
Thank you. I did say in person. Ms. Kasham, why are you not here?
I don't have any transportation and I'm all the way on the other side of Novi.
You don't get to just choose.
I know, but there was no other choice of I didn't have any other choice.
You know what happens when you don't show up to court?
No.
Bench warrant issues.
I know, but I'm trying to see if I can do it through Zoom.
I already told you that I wanted you to do it in person.
I understand, but there's no way of me getting there. I'm
Well,
requesting.
the police can help you to get here.
And Your Honor, I know I did this last time with Ms. Kasham's OWI case, which it looks like she has since been arraigned on. We have a new warrant request for, looks like uttering and publishing out of Ann Arbor. Offense date is April 12th, 2024. So Ms. Kasham will likely have a warrant issuing for that as well.
What is it for?
It's not authorized yet. Fraudulent checks, basically. So just.
Oh yeah, I had gone back to.
Don't.
Okay. I'm not on speaker to defend myself.
Ma'am, what she's trying to do is protect you from yourself. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Okay.
Mr. Shell made any payments?
I haven't had any income in the past 3 months, Your Honor. Like, I tried, but honestly I couldn't because I haven't had a car. My license been removed. I haven't been getting to work lately and it's been a hassle.
Mr. Sham, the only reason I'm not issuing a bench warrant this time is because these are for failure to pay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
August 6th, 2024 at 10 a.m. I'm writing in person and bench warrant to issue if you don't show again for contempt.
Okay, so I have to be in person?
Yep.
What if I can't get a ride or transportation to court?
I just told you what happens if you don't.
What happened?
When you get off the call, review this conversation. I'm sure you can figure it out. Have a good day. Bye. Need a translator. No, for nothing. Okay. What we'll call the Richard Kennedy matters, case number 06S13069 and B, as well as 10S00810.
Rich McDuffie for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Richard Kennedy.
Please state your name, sir.
Rick Charles Kennedy.
Thank you. Mr. Kennedy is here for payment plan review.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Kennedy does look like he made a payment yesterday. He thought he was up to date on his payments, but we can't find one for May. You did have a receipt for that one, right, Mr. Kennedy?
Yeah, well, I use my Cash App. All I got is proof on my Cash App. I made the payment May the 15th.
So we don't know where that one was applied to, but I do see one on the 10th of June for $25 and one on April, but I don't see the one for May 15th in the system.
Does he have a case number that he was applying it to?
I can't remember. It was because I got 3 tickets I'm paying on, and I just pay up one is like $424. That's like a civil infraction, and I'm gonna have to pay that all at once. But the 2 driving on suspended, I've been switching back and forth, paying 25 on this one and 25 on that one. So, because I think it's one from 2006, and I want to say it was one from 2010 that I've been paying on back and forth, because both of those is like $375, and one is $350, and the other is $375, and then I got that civil infraction for $424. So, I just missed.
All of that's correct. So I think you need to call out to the clerks and talk to them.
I see May 15th.
Okay.
We found it May 25th, made on 10 on the 10S ticket. It is there.
Okay.
All right. Defendant is current. I'll see you back here if necessary, sir, on September 10th, 2024 at 10 a.m. If you are paying like you said you are, you don't need to be here, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, have a good day, sir.
All right.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Can I get that date again?
September 10th.
September 10th.
All right, we don't have anything that's ready to go.
Clifton is ready, I believe.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay. State of Michigan versus Chloe Clifton, recalled 16S00931.
Rich McDuffie for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Lebo for Ms. Clifton. Ms. Clifton, could you state your name, ma'am? Ms. Clifton, could you state your name, ma'am?
I think she's the iPhone who's trying to come back in, Your Honor.
1 second, she may have signed out and she's signing back in. No, that's not her. She's not here.
Hold on, I want to get the other Zoom answer. Nope, that's Mr.
So I don't know, she signed out. You might want to call your client back.
Yes, I will, Your Honor. Thank you.
I'll pass that again. There's a device labeled iPhone that is moving around a lot in a warehouse. Can you please unmute your device and tell us where you are? I mean, what your name is.
Michael Carter.
No, you're not in a warehouse, but thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Please unmute the device. You're walking in a warehouse. Looks like a lady with glasses.
Can you hear me?
Yes. What is your name, please?
Tracy Reed.
Thank you, Ms. Reed. Is David? Yeah. Is the device labeled David? David, yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Good morning, Your Honor.
We're just trying to figure out who you were so we can get your case put in order. You can remute yourself, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Zoom user with the photo. Okay, this guy down here. There's a gentleman with a photo with a, I don't know, it looks like a khaki looking shirt on. Could you please unmute your device? You say Zoom user, and it only shows your photo. Please unmute, tell us who you are, otherwise we can't call your case. You should be labeled when you come into the courtroom, otherwise we don't know who you are. Okay, he's not answering. I'm gonna call Floyd Clifton.
Is it John Alcala?
I guess it is, if that's your name. We don't know what your name is, sir. All right.
Was it me?
Yes, it's you.
Oh, okay, okay. It was a white shirt, so you threw me off when you said khaki.
Well, it doesn't quite look white on here, but.
Oh, I got you. I'm sorry.
All right. We'll put you on a list of cases to be called, sir. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, the court will recall State of Michigan. Please mute your device, Ms. Reed. The court will recall the case of the State of Michigan versus Chloe Clifton, case number 600.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Lee before Ms. Clifton. Ms. Clifton, could you state your name, ma'am?
Chloe Clifton.
Thank you. All right. What did you decide about the offer?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Clifton will be entering a no contest plea to count 2 with a sentencing agreement to, my understanding, is immediate sentencing to a deferred sentence of 24 hours of community service.
Why are we doing no contest?
The event occurred in 2016 and Ms. Clifton lacks memory.
Ms. McDuffie?
No objection. It was quite some time ago, Your Honor.
Did anyone send me the report?
I did, Your Honor.
It looks like it went to Ms. Ball. I don't think it, I can hit forward and send it directly to you, Your Honor.
Ms. Ball is sending it to me.
Okay.
It'll take it a while for it to download still. Mr. Lebo, please make sure you just CC the prosecutor and include me on it. It takes much longer the other way.
Yes, Your Honor.
It is my understanding you're going to be pleading to count 2, which is giving false info to a police officer. And count 1 is going to be dismissed. You'd be on the deferred program through the prosecutor's office. And you would have to complete, did you say 20 hours of community service?
24, Your Honor.
24 hours of community service, and then this matter would be dismissed. Is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes.
And that's what you want to do?
Yes.
All right. This is a misdemeanor carrying a maximum penalty of up to 90 days and or $100 fine, plus court costs. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may lower your hand. I'm gonna go over some rights that you have that you're gonna be giving up by entering into this plea. Please stop me if you have any questions, or if you feel like you need to speak with your attorney again, okay?
Okay.
You have the right to have a trial by a jury, at which time you can call witnesses to speak for you. You can get an order signed by this court to require that those witnesses come to court. You have the right to see, hear, and question any and all witnesses that are called against you. And you have the right to be a witness for yourself, or you could choose to remain silent. If you do choose to remain silent, the prosecutor cannot comment on that. In addition to that, you have the right to be presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you're going to be giving up all those rights and you're not going to be having a trial of any sort?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also understand that if you are on probation, parole, or bond, you could be in violation of that probation, parole, or bond if if you were on it on, well, you wouldn't be on it anymore anyway, April 1st of 2016.
Yes, Your Honor.
And there is no automatic right to appeal the decision you're making today. So in all likelihood, this decision is going to stick with you. And the reason I keep looking to the side is I'm trying to pull your police report up. So I want you to understand what I'm doing. I am paying attention to you. Okay. All right. You understand that there's no automatic right to appeal the decision?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And then in addition to that, ma'am, if you're not a U.S. citizen, you could have immigration consequences. Are you a U.S. citizen?
I am.
All right. And then to the charge of gave false information to a police officer, how do you plead?
No contest.
And the basis for that is that she has lack of recollection since it was in 2016.
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, I will accept that as a proper basis for a no contest plea. Ma'am, you understand that what no contest means?
Yes.
All right, you're not going to say you did it. You're not going to say you didn't do it, but the court is going to enter a plea like you're guilty. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then anyone promise you anything other than what we place on the record to get you to plead?
No, ma'am.
Anyone threaten you in any way, shape, or form?
No.
Thank you. I'm going to review case report number 160024456 with a date of incident of April 1st, 2016 at the location of Ecorse Road and Ford Boulevard here in Ypsilanti Township. Do the attorney stipulate to my use of this report to determine the factual basis?
Defense so stipulates, Your Honor, and I would ask the court to look at page 8, which I believe is the relevant portion.
Thank you.
People stipulate as well.
Thank you.
It's like fourth paragraph.
All right, thank you.
A lot there. Yeah.
All right. On this date and time, the vehicle was stopped at Miss Clifton. At that time, she was not Miss Clifton. She was Miss Zogier, I guess is how you pronounce it. And she had told Deputy Webb that her name was Genesis Kyra Fountain, with a date of birth that she had given at the same time. Once they pulled her out of the vehicle, or she was exiting the vehicle, they searched her purse and discovered her ID with her real name on it. I do find that there's a factual basis for the plea. She also told them that that ID, the proper ID, was also fake. I do find that there's a proper basis for the plea that's been willingly and knowingly made. Are you satisfied, Ms. McDuffie?
People are satisfied.
Defense is likewise satisfied, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. As to sentencing, are we doing immediate sentencing?
No objection.
All right, thank you.
And that is what the defense would be requesting, Your Honor.
All right. Anything you want to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. McDuffie, anything from you?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Anything you want to say before sentencing, ma'am? Ms. Clifton?
Oh, no, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Fines and costs in this case for a total of $325, 24 hours of community service. How long will you need to get those things done, ma'am?
I would say maybe a week for the community service. I'm gonna need some time for the money.
Okay, why don't we do a review in 3 months?
Okay.
September 10th, 2024 at 10 o'clock a.m. Hopefully you can have all that taken care of by then, and then this case can just be dismissed, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Have a
And
good day.
Your Honor, I know Ms. Clifton is not on traditional probation, but should she still reach out to them just to get the more information about community service and what kind of documentation we usually look for?
That is true. Please reach out to them. I presume she had someone in mind since she said she could get it done in a week. But you can reach out to probation. Do you have a pen? I'm gonna give you the phone number now. Anybody else on the call that may need to reach out to probation should write this down at this time. 734-483-7336.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. Counts 1 and 2. Counts 1 is dismissed.
Have a good day as well, Your Honor.
Bye-bye. Before we call the cases for Michael Carter, case number 16W00566, 16W011496, 20S3806190.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Mr. Michael Carter, please state your name.
Michael Andrew Carter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who is handling the from it says Simpson right on there on 06 at the B ticket? Oh, I'm sorry, nobody from PD's office. All right, we're here today for payment. Mr. Carter failed to appear on April 2nd, and it was scheduled for contempt proceeding today.
I had a question about that. I thought if I had paid the 100, I wasn't gonna have court. That's what the miscommunication. I ended up paying like what I had for my payment, and I thought you told me like I didn't have to go to the next court date if I paid it. So that's what it was kind of like. I was kind of confused on.
That was back in August.
No, I had paid another 100 after the court date over the on the website.
You paid in February?
Yeah, I paid like $105 on the website. I'm let me see if I can get my let me see if my fiance can find what's the name number. One second. She looking for the what's the name number?
All right. Well, I'll wait to hear back about that part. But your payment plan is 100 per month, so you're supposed to be paying 100 per month, sir.
Yeah.
So
I had a little trouble for sure.
are you gonna be able to pay timely?
Yeah, I can pay timely if we kind of cut it down to maybe like 50 or 75, because I was working like a little side job. Now I'm back with my son, as you probably hear in the background crying.
No, actually I couldn't.
Okay.
But all right, so you need to change your payment plan.
Yes, ma'am, please.
What are you asking for? Because you've given me
At least just like $50 to $75.
I need an exact number, sir.
$50. If the court honor.
All right. So we had set you up to pay 100. Let's see. think I might know what happened. All of these are not on the same payment plan. So you're supposed to be paying 100 per month on one of them on the 8th of each month. So let's just do, are you still able to pay on the 8th of the month?
Yes, I am.
All right, so we're gonna do $50 on the 8th of each month. And I'll put a payment, the same payment plan on each one of them.
Okay. So that will, so the 50 for my, I'm sorry, the 50 will go to both of, like it was split between both of them.
What they do is they just pay off one before they go to the next.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it shows that you are current when you make one payment.
Okay.
And you weren't set up like that, so it may have just been missed when we looked at it. All right. I'll see you back here on September 10th, 2024 at 10 a.m. If you are making those payments, you make that payment, you should be fine. You might want to check in. To make
Okay. I'm gonna make them, and I'm still just gonna come in and see what's going on. It's all right.
Well, you're here today, so you wouldn't get a bench warrant the next time. Okay.
Okay.
It would just be a show cause and yet another contempt proceeding.
Okay.
You don't have a history of failing to appear. So
Okay. Appreciate you, Your Honor.
you're welcome. Have a good day, sir.
You also.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
State of Michigan versus Larry Hinton, case number 19-00531.
Rachel Deputy for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Lebo for Larry Hinton. Mr. Hinton, could you state your name, please?
Larry Hinton.
Hello, Mr. Hinton. Last
hello.
time I saw you was March 12th. Mr. Hinton was current. Where are we right now, Mr. Lebo?
Your Honor, Mr. Hinton recently lost his job. He does have a new job now, but he did have to stop making payments while he was unemployed. He would like to resume his $30 a month payment plan.
All right. September 10th, 2024 at 10 a.m. Mr. Hinton, I'm sure we'll get back on track like he always was. Have a good day, Mr. Hinton.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. The court will call the Rennell Reed matters 22S00737. Okay, 1 second. That's the wrong one. That's okay. Here you go.
Thank you.
All right, the court will call the Tracy Reed matters. Case number 17 FB 1828, 17T00618, 20W004128R, and 22W004215. We're here for show causes on all of these matters.
Rachel Deputy for the people.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Ms. Reed, please state your name. Ms. Tracy Reed, please unmute your device and state your name. All right, she is no longer here. The court will, is she current? Can anyone tell me that so I don't have to recall this case?
I'm checking them.
Your Honor, I'm representing Rennell Reed. I don't.
No, I called Tracy Reed.
Okay.
Your Honor, I don't see anything I don't see anything on the case ending in 1828.
No payments have been made. Failed to appear, failed to pay, July 16th, 2024 at 10 a.m. for all these cases. I'm not recalling it. The court will call the matter Ypsilanti Township versus David Yap, case number 22T00731.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Please state your name.
David Yap.
All right. Mr. Yap, it looks like you're doing very well now. I'm very happy to hear that, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Your Honor. I'm attending 5 AA meetings a week and yeah.
Good. Anything from anybody else on this particular matter?
Nothing from the township, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, sir, we're going to continue you on your probation. You need to continue being engaged with your outpatient personal therapy and your maintaining your sobriety. I'm very proud of how far you've come, Mr. Yap. So,
Thank you, Your Honor.
we will see you back here in 60 days to make sure things are still going well. That'll be on August the 20th at 10 o'clock a.m., okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Anything you wanted to say, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right. See you then.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. We'll call the matters of Rennell Reed, case numbers 22S00737, 12W2039110R, and 22S00737.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Attorney Deborah Ford on behalf of Rennell Reed.
And Assistant Public Defender Daffy Loop on behalf of Mr. Reed in the 737 matter, unless Ms. Ford is on that matter.
Yes. I just retained in.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And Mr. Reed's other two cases, which are for show cause, other one case is which is for show cause, and he's here for a bond violation also in the 737 case. Mr. Reed, please state your name.
Rennell Reed.
Thank you.
I'll ask if you can approach quickly with counsel.
Thank you. You may.
I'm sorry, would you say that again, please?
We're approaching.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, it'll take us a minute. We gotta get council back. All right, we're back on the record in the case of the state of Michigan versus Rennell Reed. Mr. Reed, just so that you are aware, the bench warrant in this case is still outstanding. You're gonna need to post the bond for that bench warrant to be recalled. It is 7,500, 10%. I'm gonna continue the pretrial to July 16th, 2024 at 9 a.m. It's my understanding we're trying to reach a global resolution in this matter and a felony matter. And hopefully by the time that you come back, that will have occurred. In the meantime, sir, once you post that bond, you also need to test. And my understanding is you're already testing, so the test results that you're showing, you need to advise them, need to come to the 14B District Court as well. Do you understand that, sir?
Yep.
I'll see you back here on July 16th at 9 a.m.
All right.
Thank you. I want to continue the other township matter to that same date, July 16th at 9 a.m.
He's above, not 10 plus.
Okay. All right, we have a translator here in the courtroom.
Yes.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm that you will translate in this case from English to French or Swahili to Swahili, and Swahili to English to the best of your ability?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may lower your hand.
Thank you.
The court will call the cases of the state of Michigan versus Patrick Matata, case numbers 23S00373 and 23W00481.
Mahakamani wataanza na kesi zako kwamba yani kesi ya kwanza ni 23S ya kwamba yani halafu 00373 nyingine kwamba yani ni kama hivyo 23 kwamba yani halafu inamalizia kwamba yani 41.
Prosecutor Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Nasema kwamba yani huyo naye anaitwa Mdafi kwamba yani anasimamia wale watu waliumizwa.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Paul Barnett naye anasimamia yani township wenye wanatunga.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Patrick Matata.
Na mimi naitwa kwamba ni Sandra White kwamba nasimamia kwamba ni Patrick Matata.
Mr. Patrick Matata, please unmute your device and state your name.
Nasema Mr. Patrick, toa mute kwa simu yako alafu tuambie majina yako.
Please unmute your device, sir.
Jitoe kwa mute wewe mwenyewe kwa simu yako.
Please hit the button to unmute. It's a blue button.
Finya hiyo hapo inaonyesha kwamba ni iko kwa mute alafu itoe kwa mute.
Please state your name.
Jina yangu
ni Patrick Matata.
My name is Patrick Matata.
Thank you. We're
Asante.
here for 2 pre-trials and a bond violation.
Nasema tuko hapa kwamba yani kwa kuja kwamba kuweza habari na kuvunja yani violation yako ya bandi.
I believe the bond violation is because he failed to appear.
Kwamba ni bandi hiyo kwamba ni wewe kuja hapa.
No, Your Honor, he was removed from the May 28th docket with new drinking violation.
Nasema ilikuwa kwamba ni yeye alikuwa amekunywa kwamba ni kwenye mwezi wa 4 tarehe 28.
My
All right,
latest
that's
report
fine.
is dated. You got it? Okay.
So the allegation in this case is that on May 4th, 2024 at 5:34 p.m., alcohol was detected by the scram tether.
Anasema kwamba ni mwezi wa tano tarehe 4 kwamba ni saa 11 na 30 kwamba ni ulipatikana kwamba kuonekana ukombe, kwa hiyo kwamba kuonyesha huo mchuma.
Show that you tested positive at a 0.125 on May 4th.
Kwamba ni hapo mwezi wa 5 tarehe 4 kwamba ni ulipatikana na pombe kwamba ni yani 1.4 kwamba ni hapo ndio umepatikana.
At 11:11 p.m. and slowly decreased until 7:24 a.m.
Kwamba ni hiyo rudi chini mpaka yani saa 11 ya asubuhi.
This is a violation of the conditions of your bond, and if it is found that you are in violation, you could have your bond revoked.
Nasema kwamba ni ndio kwamba hizi habari zikipatikana kwamba ni wewe kama umevunja hiyo sheria wamekutungia kwamba ni hata hatuwezi kukurudia kwa huyo bandi tena.
You're entitled to a hearing in this matter.
Una haki ya kusikia hizi habari.
What would you like to do?
Nataka ufanye nini?
Your Honor, I did attempt to talk to Mr. Matata about this in the breakout room.
Nilijaribu kuongea na Mr. Mzara kuhusiana hii kwa break room kwamba ni
We have now straightened out our phone number issues. He had the wrong phone number for me.
yani yeye hai tumepata namba nzuri kwamba ni alikuwa na namba yani tofauti kuliko ile.
So if we could have a 1-week adjournment so Mr. Matata and I could talk about this some more so he could understand what to do.
No.
Nasema kwamba nataka wiki moja kwamba tuende mbele alafu nimwambie Msamtata vizuri, na mkatibu anasema hapana.
He needs to decide what he's doing today. You need to talk to him further today. We're not going to keep adjourning this, paying for translators.
Anasema kwamba hatuwezi kwamba ni lazima leo kwamba apange ile anataka afanye. Hatuwezi kuwa tunalipa tu mkalimati.
If we could have a few more minutes, I think I know what he wants to do.
Ndio kwamba nikipata kama dakika fulani nitajua kwamba anataka afanye nini.
You want to go back into the breakout room with him at this time?
Yes.
Nataka kwenda mimi na wewe pia pamoja, sema ndio.
We'll place you back there.
Thank you.
The court will call the matters of Deljanae Littles Case number 23T000174, 16S00458, 20FB1544.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Allison Muller here on behalf of Deljanae Little. Miss Little, can you state your name?
Deljanae Little.
Thank you. Here for a violation of probation.
Yes, Your Honor. I went over the recommendation with Miss Little, which is to adjourn and follow her felony case and have her complete MRT and the Dawn Farm program in jail. We asked the court to follow that. Miss Little is anxious. She really wants to begin the Dawn Farm program. I understand that hasn't happened yet, so I'm going to send some emails today to see if we can see if there's a wait list or what the issue is that she hasn't been able to begin that yet.
All right, what's going on with the pretrial in the 23T00174?
And I would ask to adjourn that at least one more time, just to allow Miss Little to get into a better situation to find out what's going on with the Dawn Farm program, so she's in a better headspace to decide how to resolve that case.
Objection.
I have no objection to that request.
What's the next date for the felony matter, please?
There's a pretrial and bond violation hearings set before Judge Slate on June 24th at 1:30 p.m.
Can you look at our June 27th date and let me know what we can do?
And Miss Muller, the last time we were here, Miss Little was about to enter a plea in her township case. But because that was going to violate her on her other matters, I think that you were also looking into just getting a new report with all of her offenses so she can plead on everything.
Don't unmute. They being too loud. They too loud. That's why she muted it. They too loud.
That's correct, Ms. McDuffie, you're right. So thank you for that. And I can maybe start the emails to initiate to see if we can get everything kind of going together. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Next date after that, that's a Thursday. All right, well, give me a Monday. Oh.
Miss Muller, were you able to send out those emails?
I'm going to right now, Miss Little, about the Dawn Farm program.
Yes.
All right, we can put this matter over to July 1st, 2024. That's a Monday, because the Tuesdays are not looking good at all. And I don't want her to just keep sitting there. So July 1st, 2024 at 10 a.m. That would be the first date after the June 25th date.
Thanks,
I'm sorry, at 9 a.m. So we'll see you back on July 1st at 9 a.m., ma'am. And you're going to reach out to them about getting into the programming, correct?
Yes, because for some reason they haven't started me yet. And I've been waiting since my last court date with Miss Slade was June 3rd. And the teacher, there are other females that go to that class that number one have already completed. And number two, they say that the teacher says to bring people to class, but I've been on the waiting list for 2 weeks and they still haven't added me. I'm court ordered and they say that I need to be assessed. Why do I need to be assessed when I've been court ordered already?
Those are good questions. And this is for which program is this for?
For the Dawn Farms program. They keep saying that I'm waiting to be assessed and they haven't added me to the class yet. They keep saying I'm on the list.
I'm gonna put you on the list to go in for this court as well.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I'll see you here on July 1st, ma'am. Hopefully they move faster, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is that all you need from me, Miss Mueller?
It is. Thank you, Miss Little.
Okay, thank you. You all have a great day.
You too. I will call the matter of the state of Michigan versus John Alcala, case number 18 FB 1662.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Lebo for Mr. Alcala. Mr. Alcala, could you please state your name, sir?
Mr. Alcala, please unmute, state your name, sir.
Yeah, John Alcala. I'm
Thank
trying
you.
to put my camera back on.
All right, we're here today for payment in this matter.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Mr. Alcala tells me that he's able to pay the balance today. I do also notice he's scheduled to be off probation next month, and therefore we'd ask for him to be discharged upon that payment.
Any objection?
No objection.
All right, defendant may be discharged upon payment.
So they told me that Taranza Fry still has a bond open for me. Is that true?
Looks like there's a third-party bond posted for $1,000.
Well, I have Taranza Fry is actually inside of this Zoom meeting. She came in with me, and I was wondering if you guys were able to take that bond as the payment.
Your Honor, I believe what Mr. Alcala is asking is if Ms. Fry could indicate to the court that the bond may be applied to the payment.
You would have to sign off on it. We don't have anybody by that name in the Zoom environment.
Oh, she told me she was here.
I don't, nope, there's no Taranza Fry, Taranza. No, we don't. What's of any sort?
Okay.
Okay, they were there in the waiting room, but I guess they left.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So have them call to the clerk's office. They'll give them instructions on what they need to do to have that apply. Okay.
Okay, for sure.
I'm writing bond may be applied upon approval of third party. All right, you're all set, sir. I don't think we need another date. I'm sure you'll figure out a way to get this paid. All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right, take care.
Oh, yeah.
Bye-bye.
You have a good day. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. What? Oh. State of Michigan versus Diana Klein, case number 20-00144.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Is Diana Klein present? Please state your name.
Yeah, I'm here. Diana Klein.
Thank you.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Diana Klein.
Ms. Klein needs to set up a payment plan?
Sorry.
That does seem to be true, Your Honor. Yes, I don't see that any payments have been made.
So I'm sorry, you said no payments have been made?
Did you make a payment, Ms. Klein? I didn't see any this morning.
I personally did not come in and make the payment, but I've been giving my aunt $100 a month to come in and make the payment for me. I go to work before you guys are open, and then by the time I get off work, it's usually about 5:30, 6 o'clock, so I don't have time to come inside and make it myself.
Let me check again.
It's not coming to us, ma'am.
Okay, I didn't see any either.
Well, I've been giving my aunt $100 since February when, well, we
Ma'am,
did the last.
ma'am, that's between you and your aunt. We don't have any money here.
Okay, so can I come in and remake the payments?
There's no remake it. It didn't come here. But you can come in and pay, yes.
Okay. I get paid Friday. I will have the money Friday to pay it.
All right. Put this over to August 6th, 2024 at 10 a.m. See if you're making your payments.
Okay, thank you.
We'll recall the matter of the State of Michigan versus Patrick Matata, case number 23S00373.
Your Honor, I'm sorry.
Tunarudia kwamba na kesi ya Matara na State of Michigan kwamba ni case number ni 23S00373.
Prosecutor Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Yaani na huyu anaitwa Rachel kwamba ni naye ni mtu anasimamia watu waliumizwa.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Naye huyu anaitwa Paul Barnett kwamba anasimamia ya township kwamba ni
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Patrick Matata.
na mimi naitwa kwamba ni Sandu Wai na msimamia Patrick Matara.
Now, Ms. McDuffie.
Ms. McDuffie kwamba tumesemaje?
Never mind. I was going to ask if we could just quickly approach just so that we made the best use of the interpreter's time. But that's okay.
I was going to ask the same, so.
All right, let's approach.
Okay.
Hello? They want to schedule.
All right, we're going to be going into a breakout room. Please wait here, both the interpreter as well as the defendant.
Tutasubiria kwamba ndio wanaenda sehemu wanaenda kuzungumza kwa
All right, in this particular case, Mr. Matata is gonna go back into the breakout room with his attorney and with the translator.
Okay. Tutarudia tena kwa ile kuongea na mwanasheria wako.
I'll call him back out and arraign him on the warrant. The bond violation.
Sawa, kwa muda huu sahihi kwamba ni atakuetilia kwamba ni kwa kuvunja hiyo sheria hapo.
Court will be on a very brief recess for about 3 minutes. Court will call the matter of Sylvester Alexander, case number 23W003366B.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
How you doing?
Mr. Sylvester Alexander, please state your name.
Sylvester Alexander, how you doing this morning?
I'm pretty good, sir. How are you?
All right, and you? Fine.
So you're here on an impeding traffic ticket that you owe a fine on, and you're in custody still. We're in custody back in March. Do you know when you're getting out, sir?
I go back to court the 10th, 8th of next month, July. What ticket is this? You gave me time served on a ticket. I paid one. You told me I owed like $80.
What I said was $180.
No, you only told me I had to pay 80. So I paid one ticket and you gave me time served for the other ticket. Then you told me I had an $80 ticket that I had to pay. I actually went out to pay. You said it wasn't no time limit to be paid on an $80 ticket.
Sir?
Yes, ma'am.
This is an impeding traffic. It's $180. We don't have any $80 tickets.
Okay.
You have 80 remaining due on it. Yes.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
That's what you're here for. We'll see if you're out by September 10th, 2024 at 10 a.m.
Well, you owe 80?
Yep, $80.
Can I have someone pay that?
You can, yeah.
All right. I get that.
All right, sir. That would be great.
Right,
thank you.
Yep.
State of Michigan versus Andrita Smith, case number 19F00200.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Ms. Andrita Smith, please state your name.
Assistant Public Defender Don V. Lebo on behalf of Ms. Smith, and I do Ms. Smith's current on payments.
She became current this morning.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yesterday morning.
That is correct, Your Honor.
September 10th, 2024 at 10 o'clock. She was here. And she got tired of waiting.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Understandably. State of Michigan versus Nathan Ellsworth, 23 FB 1407.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Allison Muller here on behalf of Nathan Ellsworth. Mr. Ellsworth, can you state your name?
Nathan Ellsworth.
Good morning, Mr. Ellsworth.
Good morning.
All right, he's here for sentencing on a violation of probation. It looks like the agent wants to give him, continue to give him time to, well, actually, I don't see where you ever pled to it. It says on April 16th. Wait a second. Where's the April 16th? That is correct. But he's back in accountable choices, and she wants to give him time to see if he is going to continue that program.
Yes, Your Honor. I went over the report, and we would ask the court to follow that and set the review out for 90 days to check in.
September 10th, 2024 at 10 a.m. And she also sees in here that any additional violations will result in jail, right?
Yes, Your Honor. I went over that part of the report as well.
Thank you. We'll see you in 90 days, sir. Hopefully everything's still going well, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
State of Michigan versus Jalen Foster, 22F00801.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Don V. Lebo on behalf of Mr. Foster. Mr. Foster, could you state your name, sir?
Jalen Foster.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Foster.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, last time on April 30th, the defendant was arraigned on a new VLP for driving while license suspended, no proof of insurance.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Foster will be pleading guilty to that violation today.
Mr. Foster, please raise your right hand and be sworn. You swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, is it true that you were charged with, and I presume at this point, pled to some violation where you were driving with no license and had no proof of insurance, in violation of the no criminal activity parts of your probation?
Yes, Your Honor.
I find that there's a factual basis for the plea, for the violation, and it's been willingly and knowingly made. Are you satisfied? Ms. McDuffie?
Your Honor, I am, but I'm sorry, I missed. What was the offense date for this?
Doesn't say on the report, but it's after he was put on probation.
Because he's previously pled to a no outside of Westland, and his latest report didn't mention it. So I was a little bit, I didn't know if this was the one he had already pled to earlier.
It's Westland 18th District Court?
Yes, he pled guilty. Well, he pled guilty on, I think, the underlying actual case for that. I don't know actually which one it is, in November. And I hadn't heard of another one for him since.
That's a different one. That's November 7th.
Okay.
This is a different incident entirely. This is after the fact, and this is April 9th. This came up.
Oh, I see it. I see it. I'm so sorry, Your Honor. I was looking at the wrong report for a whole different person. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
So this one, same court, just different ticket. I got it.
Are you satisfied, Mr. Lebo?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, as to sentencing.
Your Honor, we do ask that the court not file the recommendation. Mr. Foster, thank you, but he has complied with the other aspects of probation, including completing 70 hours of community service, proof of which was submitted to the court, I believe, yesterday. What he has told me is that he understands he shouldn't be driving without a license and that's a violation of the law and his probation. He tells me he was driving because he felt that he had to get to work to make money to survive. He realizes that he should have found an alternative way to get to work, but he tells me to focus on maintaining his income to pay his bills. I believe he's trying his best. He tells me he's trying his best. He did make a significant mistake by driving without a license, but I believe that jail time in this case would only serve to set Mr. Foster back and endanger the stability that he's trying to maintain. We would ask the court instead impose the sanction of community service.
Ms. McDuffie?
Now that I have the correct notes pulled up, I can see that Mr. Foster was told when he was sentenced back on June 20th of last year that he gets one bite at the apple and that he was going to jail if he drank or missed a test again. Mr. Foster has been given multiple bites. We have barely a core left of that apple. He's been biting at it so many times because he's been given chance after chance. We had an extended conversation with Mr. Foster about the fact when he had his first two or his first violations. He had sober-link violations after that. Or I think around that time he had I think he was spoken to at length about, we understood that he was young, but he has to make choices. The court, the people, nobody was trying to give up on him, but he was going to have to do what it took to comply with these things and not do that. So we've had this conversation before. And while it seems like driving with license suspended and et cetera are, not the most serious charges, don't forget about the underlying case we're here for, which is that this is a drunk driving case and he's still out there. And Mr. Foster cannot commit to just simply charging that as a consequence he's willing to take for what he feels like he has to do. You can't just continue to offend and keep driving with no license and just say, I'll pay that fine, I'll pay that ticket, but I have to do what I have to do. That's what we spoke to him about last fall. So we're here on the same thing. And I think that everybody's been trying to work with him, but if he's made a decision that he's going to just continue to do this, why jail has always been on the table for him specifically on this case for his violations that go way back. So I don't know why today is something different. I'm not asking for him to go to jail, but at the same time, I don't want to reinforce this behavior. So what do we do?
So what are you asking for, Ms. McDuffie?
I don't think community service is going to cut it. I don't think that the recommendation is out of line. And if it's excessive, or felt to be excessive, I guess, I'm sure that Mr. Foster thinks any jail time is excessive, maybe at least 5 days. 1 day in jail doesn't exist, because it just doesn't, in our jail. I think 5 days should be enough to send a message. If Mr. Foster is concerned about getting to work, he should understand that he has a case that has a lot more days than just this.
Zoom user, please stop unmuting. If you're on mute again, you're going to be removed from the courtroom. All right, Mr. Foster, what would you like to say, sir?
I apologize to the court. I get my license reinstated on the 29th, so I parked my car. I'm not getting in it until I get my license back. I apologize. I that's all I really have to say. I'm gonna let my attorney speak for me.
Anything else before I sentence your client?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
5 days in the Washington County Jail. When can you turn yourself in, sir?
Can you give me a couple, maybe a day or two, so I could try to get a leave of absence?
Of course. So you can turn yourself in by, what are your work hours?
I work Wednesday through Sunday, 7 in the morning to 5:30.
All right, so you can turn yourself in on June 17th?
June 17th. Yes, I could do that.
At 8 a.m. You can get a leave for the other 2 days.
All right.
And then I'll see you back here on August 6th. If you haven't turned yourself in, then sir, I'm going to double that time. Okay?
All right.
So get it done. Probation is- yes.
I have a question. I'm continued with probation after I'm done with the 5 days.
Yes, you are.
As soon as I pay that money, will I be discharged?
Let me see. I see you were placed on probation on June 20th of 2023. Actually, yes. After you do that time and get discharged.
You say after I do the time?
Yes.
All right.
And pay the fine. Yes.
Okay.
So hopefully you'll have that done before you get back here on August 6th. Okay.
I will.
All right. Thank you. If it's done, I think you won't have to be here.
All right.
State of Michigan versus Patrick Matata, case number 23S00373 and 23W004821. Mr. Abdallah, you're muted again.
Yeah, State of Michigan kwamba ni wanakutana na Patrick Matata, kesi namba yake ni 23S kwamba ni 00 kwamba ni 7373 na nyingine kwamba 23 kwamba ni 00 alafu 4170.
Prosecutor Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Hiyo anaitwa kwamba ni mtu anasimamia watu wa nchi kwamba anaitwa Rachel McDuffie.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Huyo anaitwa Paul Barnett kwamba naye anasimamia kwamba ni watu serikali ya township.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Patrick Matata.
Na huyo anaitwa kwamba ni Sandra White kwamba anamsimamia Patrick Matata, mwanasheria wake.
Mr. Matata, please state your name.
Sema jina lako Mr. Matata.
Ni mie Patrick Matata.
My name is Patrick Matata.
All right, it's my understanding that Mr. Matata has a new violation forthcoming for a June 7th, 2023 drinking event.
Kwamba ninapata kwamba habari mpya kwamba ni mwezi wa 6 tarehe 7 kwamba na pia alivunja sheria tena.
I think it's premature to actually arraign him on it once I thought about it. But the fact of the matter is he has not posted his bond in this case.
Kwamba na pia kwamba ni yeye hajaweka franga zile alikuwa anahitajika kwa hii kesi.
Nasema
He's asking that.
Sikusikia vizuri.
He didn't understand well.
I'm sorry?
He wants you to repeat again.
It's my understanding he has not posted his bond.
Yani hujaweka franga zako zile ulikuwa unahitajika.
Ndiyo, ila nilishaweka kidogo. Nilikuwa naweka kidogo. Nilikuwa nasubiria siku ya judgment ndio nitie nyingine nayo baki.
Yeah, he went and post some, but he was waiting today to come and then finishes the rest.
It doesn't work like that.
Haitumiki namna hiyo. Haifanyikiwe namna hiyo.
Nitatia.
I'll bring it.
Bench warning in this case is continued and bond is raised to $100,000, 10%.
Nasema kwamba ni ndio bado yani kule parent huko hapo kwamba ni kama unataka waende wakutoe ni 200 kamili au 1000 kwamba zinachukuliwa sentence zake.
Kutoa nini?
You need to turn yourself into the Washington County Jail.
Natakana ujipeleke wewe mwenyewe kwamba ni kwa hiyo jela hapo.
Naomba kwa jaji anihurumie basi.
Saying that I'm sorry.
I understand that we are waiting to receive the formal report regarding the newest violation.
Ndio naelewa kwamba ni tunasubiria kwamba ni hii ya 6 mwezi wa 6 kwamba ni.
But as I said to defense counsel offline, all offers were going to be revoked if there were any further drinking events or violations.
Kwamba ni halafu tukipata hiyo kwamba ni hizi hapa zote zimesekana tutazisimamisha.
So that Mr. Matata is aware he would need to plead his charge from here moving forward.
Nasema kwamba ni ili wewe Mr. Matata ujue kwamba ni unatakana kubali habari zako zinaenda mbele.
So turn yourself in at the jail.
Kwamba jipeleke mwenyewe kwa jela.
The schedule is for July 9th at 10 a.m. in person. If you're not in person, be called.
Tutakuja hapa kwamba ni mwezi wa 7 tarehe 9 kwamba ni macho kwa macho.
Sasa
it'll be I'm sorry.
Nilitia pesa ya polisi bondi kwa sababu niko na wagonjwa nyumbani, nitafanyaje?
So I put the bond there, half of it, and I got kids who are sick at home. What should I do?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch what you said.
Saying that he posted some of the bonds, and also he got the kids at home, they are sick too. What should I do?
Na mimi mwenyewe ni mgonjwa, ndio nilikuwa naomba naweza kusubiria mpaka hapa nyumbani, kwa sababu situation yangu haina mzuri na bibi ni mgonjwa wa kifafa na watoto. Sasa naweza nikaomba nisubirie tu hapa nyumbani, sitatoka fasi yoyote na nitaendelea na vipimo. Naomba
And
na anisamehe.
myself, I'm sick, and my wife, she's sick, and I could continue to do the testing.
That's not, I'm done with that. That's not an issue for me.
Sema hiyo sio shida yangu mimi, nimetoka tayari.
Sasa nilisema kama nilitia polisi bondi kule
Ask him to
nitafanya.
stop talking.
Nasema simamisha kuongea.
We'll see you back here July 9th at 11 a.m. or you need to turn yourself in before then. Either way, bench warrant will be issued. There's a warrant for your arrest, sir.
Nasema kwamba tutaonana kwamba ni mwezi wa 9, mwezi wa 8, mwezi wa 7 tarehe 9 saa 5 kamili. Na wewe ujipeleke kwa jela kwamba ni saa hii.
Mwezi wa 7 tarehe ngapi?
July 9.
All right, we're done with this case. Have a good day, everybody.
Your Honor, he's asking a question like
I'm not answering any questions. We're done with this case. Have a good day.
Yeah. Tumemaliza, hakuna swali yoyote nyingine. Tumemaliza.
Bye-bye. State of Michigan versus Parika Evans, case number 20 FB 1443.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Parika Evans, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, we're here today for an outstanding balance of $387.
I can pay that next month. In school right now. I'm not working.
Last time you were here, you told me you were going to pay half before then, before this.
Yeah, I paid the half already.
You did? Okay,
yeah.
Great. So you can pay it next month?
Yeah.
Okay. August 6th, 2024, Ken, you should be able to have it paid by then, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Take care of yourself. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye. State of Michigan versus Akeem Burks, 22S00507, as well as 22S00619.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Allison Mueller here on behalf of Akeem Burks. Mr. Burks, can you state your name, please?
Absolutely. My name is Akeem Burks.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Burks.
Good morning.
All right. Is there a new report from this one? Anyone else get a report on Akeem Burks?
I didn't get a report, so I had hoped I hadn't overlooked it, but it sounds like there may not be one.
Hold on one second. All right, last time we were here, Mr. Burks was supposed to have a couple things done. One was the 12-step meeting and proof of, and then second was the IHA treatment proof. And he was supposed to submit that 72 hours before. Did that happen?
Yes, Your Honor. I didn't know if you was asking me or not,
Okay.
but I did.
Well, I don't see a formal violation, but the agent is not here. I presume that you sent those to her.
Yes, sir.
And she'll let me know if you did not. All right.
Absolutely.
So what we'll do is I'll see you back here in 60 days on August 20th.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
At 10 a.m. All right. Thank you. Roll call the case of the state of Michigan versus Anthony Brown, 20 FB 1157.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. Brendan Dabalski appearing on behalf of Anthony Brown. Mr. Brown, please state your name for the record, sir.
Anthony Brown.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Your Honor, as you had stated, today's date time set for a show cause hearing. The last time we appeared, unfortunately, my client was in the hospital and unable to appear. That being said, I've been in contact with him from the first time he retained me, which was back in early April of this year. So with that being said, I think first and foremost, based on our conversations, it's Mr. Brown's wish and desire to tender a plea of guilty to the alleged violations, and he's going to withdraw his request to continue the violation hearing. Is that correct, Mr. Brown?
Yes, sir.
And another thing, unbeknownst to me, Your Honor, we addressed this last time, but unbeknownst to me, there was a motion filed on his behalf, which he had indicated to me after I caught wind of it that he regretted doing so, but he has withdrawn that motion as well. Is that correct as well, Mr. Brown?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And just to reiterate what I said, your desire to tender a plea of guilty to the violations and your desire to withdraw the motion is your choice and your choice only. Is that correct, sir? Nobody forced you or threatened you to do that?
No.
Okay.
All right, so he was arraigned on this violation of probation going back to April, I believe it was, April 2nd. And we were this is a continued hearing, is that correct, Ms. McDuffie?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And so then at the next hearing, Mr. Dabalski was brought in and, well, Mr. Dabalski entered his appearance on April 10th. And then we got the demand for the 3.5 million. And then Mr. Brown was not present. So this is the first opportunity to withdraw that motion. So that motion is withdrawn.
And just for the record, I know it's being withdrawn, but that's not something that I filed, Your Honor. Just to make that abundantly clear.
All right, we're going to make the record clear that that was filed by Mr. Brown in pro per.
Okay, thank you.
And then as to the actual violations of probation, we have an ETG test on February 11th, February 17th, and then March 20th and 26th. Is that what he's pleading to?
He is, Your Honor. Is that correct, Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn, sir. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Yes, sir, you're admitting that you tested positive for alcohol on February 1st, February 17th, March 20th, and March 26th. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I find that there's a factual basis for the plea that's been willingly and knowingly made. Are you satisfied, Mr. McDuffie?
Yes, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. DeBose?
Yes, Your Honor. May I allocute before you impose a sentence, Your Honor?
Of course, you may. You may begin.
So, Your Honor, as you had stated and I brought to the court's attention, this is really my first time appearing on behalf of Mr. Brown. I did not appear with him during his original case. It's my understanding that when he originally pled on this case, he was sentenced to, I believe, 18 months probation, 72 hours community service. I know fines and costs. I think they were $16.65. Mothers Against Drunk Driving Victim Impact Panel, and some other conditions. It's my understanding that Mr. Brown, to date, has done everything with the exception of refraining from the use of alcohol. He did complete his Mother Against Drunk Driving Victim Impact Panel. He completed his community service. He reported as directed. is attending AA meetings as ordered, and he completed, I believe it's community choices as an outpatient. I see CCOP. I would assume that's what that means. And he's paid his fines and costs. He's doing everything. First of all, he is 57 years old. He resides in Inkster. He's currently on disability. He'd be the first one to tell you that his prior criminal history is, he has a very checkered past. However, this is his first alcohol-related offense. He did plead on this case. He is, with the exception of refraining from use of alcohol, done everything that the court ordered him to do. Matter of fact, I believe as of April, a few months ago, he would have been able to petition the court for early termination of probation. And there's probably a chance, and I don't want to speak for you, Your Honor, because you make your own decisions, but based on what I know about the court and whatnot, due to the fact that he did complete everything, I at least feel that there was probably a high likelihood that he may have been discharged. But for the violations, I know that at some point in time, he was diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer. I know that he's having a very difficult time dealing with that. He's been hospitalized numerous times. Matter of fact, his doctor he was supposed to have surgery to remove that. His doctor had just ordered him to go have some teeth pulled by a dentist. Matter of fact, he was there yesterday. I have a doctor note that supports that. And I know that he's very, very concerned. He said that his health's failing. They've been telling him to see a priest, which he feels that they're trying to basically tell him that unfortunately it's not looking very good for him, and that he needs to start preparing for what may happen in the near future. I hope that they are wrong in their prognosis. I know that Mr. Brown is very concerned about this court case. He's very scared about going to jail. I know there is a punitive measure for violating the probation, Your Honor. What I'm asking the court to do is to not follow the recommendation and order the 10 days of Washtenaw County Jail. I don't know that Mr. Brown's health right now would provide for that. I know that he brought it to my attention yesterday. He said he's meeting with a counselor, and they were supposed to afford a therapist forwarded a letter to the court that indicated that he's progressing very well and he's dealing with, his use of alcohol during probation, that he feels that, obviously he went against one of the court's order to refrain from the use, but he said that he's doing very well. He's refraining from the use now, and I know there were some hiccups in the past, but I think more than anything, what we were able to finally figure out is that he was more scared to admit to the violation because of the fear of going to jail. But I think what led him to this, because he was successful for, it appears, at least almost 7.5 months before he violated, and he did everything. So it's not that he's not taking this matter seriously. I think that once he was diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer, his mind started running wild, and he needed something to try to take the edge off. But as we all know, turning to drugs or alcohol is not a good idea, and ultimately gets you in a worse situation than you're already in. Since him and I have been talking, since I've been involved, Your Honor, he has refrained from the use of alcohol, and he's doing everything that I've asked of him to do. And he's just asking the court to give him one last opportunity. Matter of fact, Your Honor, originally he wanted me to petition the court for a medical discharge, but I told him we have to handle this hearing first, and then whatever comes of it after, we can move forward. But with that being said, Your Honor, I would just ask you not to impose the jail time and just give him another opportunity. And he is going to do everything as ordered. He just doesn't. I feel like if Your Honor does order any jail in this matter, it could potentially be detrimental to his health, and I would ask you to refrain from doing so. Mr. Brown, is there any, I guess, Your Honor, if you want to respond, or if Mr. Brown has anything to say.
It's not Mr. Brown's turn yet, actually. It's the prosecutor's, and then I'll go back.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Miss McDuffie.
Thank you, Your Honor. Just in a nutshell, I appreciate that we made it here today and with a guilty plea. I know that we were discussing no contest at first, and that posed a problem for me, just given where we were with the lack of insight on this overall. So I think some progress has been made. I think significantly, actually. I don't take any position on jail time. I understand that Mr. Brown is obviously going through a lot right now with his health, and I don't think that'll necessarily help him. What I am most concerned about is Mr. Brown, just generally. And while jail is not going to do anything to help his current health condition, neither is his drinking, which it seems that he has started to engage in more recently, possibly as a coping mechanism for what's happening right now. I'm not sure. It's really sad and it's unfortunate, but that is certainly not doing anything to help him either. And I hope that Mr. Brown is engaged with all of the different types of support that he's going to need, not only for his recovery, which was already the beginning issue with this case, but he's going to need that much more support, obviously dealing with the cancer diagnosis. I don't want those two things to negate the other. And for his substance use to steadily increase as a means of coping with this diagnosis. And each one of those things is going to aggravate the other in a terrible way. So with that being said, I'm not asking for Mr. Brown to go to jail. I don't need for him to go to jail, but I do need him. And I need him to take care of himself. And it's a lot to try to address all at once, but his goal is to try to prolong his life in a way that is going to be something that is beneficial to him. I want him to have a better quality of life overall. And so whatever needs to happen for that to occur, that's what I want. But he's got to continue. He's taken a step today to be real with himself. I want that to continue, and for him to continue to understand that he has a problem, and that is not the fix. The drinking and substance abuse is not the fix for a situation. That's all from the people.
Mr. Brown, what would you like to say?
I'd just like to say, I'd like to apologize for my last time I was in court. This cancer, it just threw me for a loop. And they telling me like the next 3 to 8 months is critical. And I just don't know what to do. And no drinking, because they already told me that makes it worse. So I haven't been drinking. I'm just scared. I can't sleep. I'm scared to go to sleep. Can't eat. My teeth fall. I'm just scared. And then next couple of months, I start chemo. It's just a lot. I don't. But I know no drinking. I promise you. The doctor already told me I would die quicker. So they saying I'm gonna die, but if I drink, it'll make it quicker. I haven't been drinking. I'm not gonna drink no more. I promise you. I swear. I wish you can believe. I swear on everything. I promise you. I'm
So,
scared right now.
Mr. Brown.
Yes, ma'am.
I hear you. I genuinely hear you. You know, sitting as a judge is a very interesting position to be in.
Yes.
You've gotten a cancer diagnosis and you're on probation and you're violating your probation. And
yes,
Ms. McDuffie makes a good point that she wants you to have quality of life. As a judge, I sit here and I go, is it my choice to make him have a quality of life, or does he get to choose whatever life he wants to have at the end? You know, if that's what it is. It's a tough place to be. It's a tough place for me. I want you to live as long as you can. And I think, you know, I'm not sending you to jail, so we can just stop thinking about that. I'm not going to send you to jail. Okay. And then my question becomes, do I release you from probation and just let you do you? Or do I not do that? And the reality is, I think releasing you doesn't help you. I think keeping you on this gram makes you not drink, which may make you live longer and have to figure out what the best thing to do is. So I'm not going to send you to jail.
Thank you.
I'm debating about whether I'm going to put you on scram, so I know you're not drinking though. And then I don't think you have to go into tests. It just tests you all the time. Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to go into download, so I guess. What would you prefer, Mr. Dubowski? Does your client want to be on Scram or just continue testing? I'm not gonna release him. I want him to not drink. And I know he says he's not gonna drink, and I know he means it when he says it to me. But when his mind's running at night, he may not be able to control that. And I think this is the best way to keep him under control so he can have the longest life possible.
Fair enough. The only thing I would ask is probably the cheapest method, unless there's some funding available, because he is on disability, Your Honor. And I know that, well, transportation is an issue. He relies on some family members and friends. Matter of fact, even dropping notes off at my office, it wasn't him coming up here. It was family members and friends dropping them off. What do you want, Mr. Brown? I mean, what do you prefer? Usually, I believe the Scram tether is a little more expensive than going in and, instead of calling every day, but because it's a continuous monitor. But ultimately, there's a convenience factor as well. So, Mr. Brown, what do you think is beneficial for you?
And they run a tab on the Scram.
Oh, they will run a tab on it, you said? Okay.
Yes.
What is the strength? What is that? Where I go do that at?
No, it's a
So
tether on your ankle.
Okay, I can do that.
He was on that for a while, wasn't he? I thought he was on it. Weren't you on the Scram? Wouldn't you have the tether on for a while, Mr. Brown?
I just had the blower.
Oh, just the blower, the Sober Link.
Sober Link, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
I could
the
do
tether.
that one, which might be cheaper. It's whichever one.
I do the tether.
Tether. Okay.
How long will I have to do it for?
I haven't decided that yet, sir.
Okay, thank you.
All right. This is let you go on Scram tether. If at some point he needs to have that removed for surgery or something like that, please let us know, and we will do that and place a different type of device for him while he gets that taken care of. Okay?
Okay.
Mr.
Thank you, Your
Brown,
Honor.
I do wish you nothing but the best. I wish you God's peace of mind as you try to go through this. I know you're suffering, and I'm sorry.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, can I ask one last question before we terminate this call? Does he contact the probation officer for that Scram tether, or will they contact
Community
him?
corrections, the same place.
Oh.
He needs to call community corrections, go over there. So an order will go over for him to be placed on the Scram. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, the court will call the case of the state of Michigan versus Glenn Milhan, case number 23 FB 1548.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Duffy, leave before Mr. Milhan. Mr. Milhan, could you state your name, sir?
My name is Glenn Milhan.
Thank you. All right, we're here on a violation of probation on this. Apparently the other underlying, the new charge is still outstanding, is that correct?
It is correct, Your Honor. It is currently set for final settlement conference on August 7th.
We have a date after August 6th.
After the 6th one, for Tuesday would be August 20th.
Really? What about a Monday? That's only one day earlier, Heather. I need,
13th, I gave you the 20th,
oh, you said,
the 19th. No, I'm sorry, wait a minute. This is what I wrote it again.
Yes.
Do the people involved in this case here, do they know your family and friends in Rizzo?
all right, August 13th, 2024, at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor. And Mr. Milhan has asked that I address bond in this matter if possible.
How long have you been in the United States?
Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. So I believe the court understands and is aware that Mr. Milhan's issues, both in this case and what brought him to the attention in the other matter, is his mental health. And Mr. Milhan tells me he's very eager to get mental health treatment, and he needs to learn that he needs to cope better with his mental health and his relationships with others. I believe he's very sincere on this, and he's told the court this before. Him remaining in custody, I believe, will not benefit him in that regard, and therefore requesting that he be released on either a home confinement tether or be permitted to be released to mental health treatment.
Ms. McDuffie?
So, I guess first and foremost, as far as I'm aware, Mr. Milhan still has a $10,000 cash surety bond on his other case that has been remanded for that August final settlement conference. So I don't know exactly how much difference it's going to make here where the bond is changed. That regardless of that, I don't think that's appropriate. It is absolutely true that Mr. Milhan very eloquently explained his mental health issues and gave us a very compelling account of the state of mind that he was in when he committed this offense. And he had just been sentenced on Monday of that week, and this new case was on, I think, that Thursday that followed. So what's most disturbing, I think, is that Mr. Milhan seemed like he was in an entirely different place and then has this new offense. I would also add that in his case that's remanded before Judge Barr for that final settlement conference, while that case was pending, I think prior to the exam, his phone privileges were revoked in custody for contacting that victim repeatedly. And there's been more and more reports of her being contacted on an aggravated stalking case. And it's a whole different person than this one. So the underlying behavior continues, apparently, whether he's in or out of custody. And while I don't necessarily think that being in custody is helping Mr. Milhan, he has showed us that we can't trust him to be out. A home confinement tether doesn't necessarily stop the contacts that are occurring. And I would ask that bond continue. I'm not even sure what it is in this case. It may be denied, but
Denied.
yes. And he has 10K in the other case.
So, as the prosecutor just said, I sentenced Mr. Milhan on April 15th, 2024. I brought him in person to sentence him because I had concerns from reading the report. Mr. Milhan, as the prosecutor said, very eloquently explained to me how he was getting the treatment that he needs now, and that he was doing exactly what he needs to keep his mental health under control. 4 days later, this new offense occurred, and luckily nobody was hurt. I feel responsible for that. Bond is denied.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ypsilanti Township versus Shaheed Lewis, 21W001489, 21S. Can you ask them to please, who is Mr. Osman? Can you ask them to bring? The court will call the matters of Shaheed Lewis, 21W001489, 21S 384482B, 17W007391, 21S 384482A and C.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Assistant
on behalf of the township.
My apologies. Assistant Public Defender Don V. Lieb on behalf of Ms. Lewis. Ms. Lewis, could you state, I'm sorry, Mr. Lewis. Mr. Lewis, could you state your name, sir?
Shaheed Lewis.
Thank you. All right, it appears that we are here for show causes in all these matters for payment.
That is correct, Your Honor. Mr. Lewis is requesting a $25 a month payment plan.
When can he make his first payment, and then what day can he make it of each month?
Mr. Lewis, what day of the month can you make that payment on?
The 5th.
All right, $25 per month on the 5th of each month. Starting in July, sir, okay?
Okay.
I'll see you back here on September 10th, 2024 at 10 a.m.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day, sir.
All right, you too.
The court will now call the
Testing. Testing. We're back up, Your Honor. I apologize.
All right, thank you. The court will now call the Abdel Mahassan Osman matters. Please bear with me. Case numbers 21W003412, B 22W003523, R 23W000708, R 23W002302, R 23W003856, A 22S00833, 24W00993, A 24W00148 B, and C, 24W00164 B, and C, and 24W000993 B, and 24W001648 D.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
David I. Goldstein appearing on behalf of the defendant in some of the files. I know specifically I am in file number 22833 SD.
And Assistant Public Defender Davi Liba for Mr. Osman in the 2302R and 993A matters.
So what is Mr. Osman doing on the rest of these cases if he doesn't have counsel?
Your Honor, I may be on more of the cases, frankly, but I only
Okay.
have the one file because it's the most serious of the files. It's this is the OUI, well, there was originally a high BAC.
Yes, for which he's here for violation of probation.
So it still is. We didn't release that.
Right.
Okay, that's one question.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. I mean, so that's that. So that's the case number I gave because I feel that's the most serious of all the cases.
That's
All right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pre-trials and a pre-hearing conference, 2 pre-hearing conferences, and then the violation of probation, and then 5 show causes.
Your Honor, I did receive a probation report from Ms. Straub, I believe it was, yes, yesterday, which did not give me an opportunity to review it with the defendant. However, she did provide me earlier with a probation report dated May 21st, which is the same date that's on the report I received yesterday, and they are substantially the same. She just added a few updates that were not in the earlier report. And I did review that report with my client, but I have not had an opportunity to review the most recent report. And I would say that her recommendation is the same as it was earlier.
So are you requesting to be able to review it with him?
Your Honor, I'll leave it up to him, frankly, because we can do it on Zoom if, in a breakout if necessary. The reports are basically the same. All that Ms. Straub did was add a few updates since the May 21st. If the court feels more comfortable, I can go over them very quickly with my client in a breakout room.
Mr. Osman, can you get them to unmute you, please, sir? Please get them to unmute you. It's done. Please state your name. Thank you. Do you need to speak with your attorney about these reports, sir?
Yes.
All right, we'll put you in a breakout room.
Okay.
When I recall the cases, I'm not recalling all the numbers. I'll just say I'm recalling all of his cases. Mr. Lebo is going in as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What will recall the Dion Anthony Gray matters? Case number 17 FB 1676 and 19 W 0000411.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of D. Anthony Gray.
Mr. D. Anthony Gray, please state your name, sir.
D. Anthony Gray.
Thank you. Please turn on your camera. All right, we're here for a review today. He has a payment plan, hasn't made a payment since December of 2023.
Yes, I've been unemployed and I'm still looking for a job.
You've been unemployed for almost a year, I guess 6 months.
I mean, I just lost my job due to my vehicle. I don't have a vehicle.
Why weren't you paying before then?
I'm sorry.
Why weren't you paying before you lost your job?
I was paying rent and child support and stuff like that, so I couldn't find a proper date to make the payments.
Anything anybody wants to say on behalf of Mr. Gray before I say what I'm saying?
It's not, I'm not saying it on his behalf, but I just wanted to make sure the court remember that Mr. Gray's next date is already set for July 15th because he applied to expunge this matter. And we discussed that that doesn't make these fines and costs go away. And I wasn't even 100% sure if he was eligible for it because of that. And so that date was set so that he would have everything paid off and we could revisit that request as well.
Yeah, I see that. I have in here defendant's application for set aside adjourned for payment and other charges, and I haven't gotten any payment, so that's not happening on July 15th.
I was just going to remind him of the same, but I'll give him a call.
August 20th, 2024 at 10. The July 15th is canceled. We'll see if you can have something paid off before then, sir.
All right.
Thank you. State of Michigan versus Robert Johnson, 19S00164 and 19W007939B.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Robert Johnson.
Mr. Robert Johnson, please state your name.
Robert Johnson.
Thank you. Mr. Johnson was supposed to pay his clearance fees. Did that happen?
Yeah, I paid the clearance fee.
I see $100 payment made today. I don't know if those are the clearance fees.
I think the clearance fee was for to get my license.
And you paid that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, he has paid him. And he paid him $100 today?
Yes, ma'am.
So what's the status of his license? I guess we're only here for reviews though, right? That's just, if you don't have to print it. See if he's making. He's valid. Congratulations, Mr. Johnson. Woohoo! Good. I'm very glad. Thank you. That made me feel better about today.
Oh, okay.
Today. All
I'm
right.
glad I could do that. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you. So, so you're current on your payments or close enough. I'll accept it. September 10th be the next date. If you're current, you don't have to show up. You can just make your payments and we'll give you a new date. Okay?
Okay, I appreciate you, Your Honor.
All right. Take care of yourself, sir.
You
All
too.
right. Bye. Do you need a breakout room with Mr. Barber, Mr. Drukas?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. The court will call the case of Shelby Barber, 22S00003.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Edward Drukas on behalf of Shelby Barber. Your Honor, this is a violation of probation. There are several violations. This was adjourned from last time. We had been in circuit court yesterday speaking with Amy Reiser from the prosecutor's office. There was additional discovery that was provided to me today. I need to go and see Mr. Barber to review that information. We are waiting on a potential resolution pending that additional discovery. I would ask for, because I think we're leading towards a resolution in that case, the July 1st date to adjourn this violation of probation date to.
July 16th, is that fine?
July 16th would be fine. And if one thing I may need from the court would be an order potentially to be released to treatment. But I'm going to need that order out of circuit court probation. And so the July 16th date would be fine. I could just reach out to the court if something's needed prior to that date, but I wouldn't think so.
You could reach out to Ms. McDuffie if she will stipulate to that. I'm not saying she will, then I'll find the order and change the bond to release.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything you want to say, Ms. McDuffie?
Your Honor, I was having a hard time here, so I'm going to look forward to a follow-up email from Mr. Drukas.
Okay, thank you.
He was just saying that we're going to adjourn this out to July 16th, and he may be requesting a release to treatment, but he has to get it from circuit court first. And then he'll make the request here. and that might be through a stipulation with you.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Thank you. All
Thank
right,
you.
Mr. Barber, have a good day.
You too. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, it's gonna be at 10 a.m. Oh, he's gone. We'll get the note. Ypsilanti Township versus Sherrod Chambers, case number 23S00356.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Sherrod Chambers.
Please state your name, Mr. Chambers.
Sherrod Chambers.
All right, thank you. We're here for a pretrial in this case. We're down to just the DWLS, and he's still suspended.
Yes, Mr. Chambers tells me that he has paid on some of the outstanding matters. He still has a few to pay on. He had lost his job, but he has found a new one. So if we can get this adjourned as far out as the court will let him, he's asking for that adjournment, and if Mr. Barnett will agree to that.
Yeah, I don't object to an adjournment, and my goal is to try to have him get a valid license.
August 20th at 9 a.m. Bond is continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day, Mr. Chambers.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Ypsilanti Township versus Christopher Pender, case number 23T00443.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Christopher Pender. Mr. Pender, can you state your name?
Oh, yeah, Christopher Pender.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How are you, Mr. Pender?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Mr. Pender is making payments, consistent payments. He made a lot of payment on May 13th. He's caught up.
Yes, we were a little bit, he was a little bit disappointed because he had wanted to make a $400 payment towards this case, but I guess it paid off another ticket, which he's not unhappy.
In this case, I think.
It paid $84 on the 443 case, and he had,
okay.
but he's not unhappy that the other ticket got paid off, but he had wanted $400 applied to this case. So we figured it out what happened to the monies yesterday, but yeah, but he is making his payments.
All right. September 10th, 2024 at 10 o'clock a.m. Thank you. Have a good day, Mr. Pender.
You too.
State of Michigan versus Charles Hamilton, 22 FB 1263.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Is Mr. Hamilton here? Oh, okay. That's okay. We're moving along just swimmingly. All right, the court will recall all of the Abdul Mahassan Osman matters at this time.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Lebo, behalf of Mr. Osmond in the 302R and 993A matters.
David I. Goldstein appearing on behalf of the defendant.
Thank you. All right, did you have a chance to go over the report with your client, and what would your client like to do? I guess we need to, and I don't know what order you want to go in.
Mr. LeBeau and I talked it over, and we think probably the first thing we should do is get rid of the dog cases. So he's going to address those.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor, Mr. Goldstein. In the 302R matter, Mr. Osmond has a $100 bond he posted that he would like applied to the fine. And in the 993.
Wait, I gotta find the 2302R. Yes, the show cause. Okay, let's go to that one. Give me one moment. It's like a book, so give me one. So that is for a show cause. What bond is he referring to that he posted? He hasn't posted a bond in this case.
I'll bring it up on JF, Your Honor.
I don't know that I'm gonna do that. Take a bond from another case and put it onto, it's a bond.
I believe the bond is on the 302R matter.
You think so? Yes, you're correct. It is a bond posted. Yes, the 23W002302R. Bond to be applied. What's the balance on this one?
$100.
Okay.
And the bond is $100, Your Honor.
All right. So that one should be taken care of. All right. Next, that was a good resolution.
Yes, Your Honor. And in the 993A matter, I've discussed that with Mr. Osmond and Mr. Barnett, and Mr. Osmond will be accepting responsibility for the civil infraction of unlicensed dog.
That's a correct statement, Your Honor. And the B ticket on that, I believe, is the unlicensed dog. So
It
he
is.
can admit to B, and I'll dismiss A.
All right, sir. It's my understanding that you're going to admit to 24W000993B and 993A would be dismissed. 993B is having an unlicensed dog for which the fine is $100. Is that correct? You're going to admit to that event, which occurred on March 17th, 2024 at 6:30 Eugene. Mr. Osmond,
He's
Can you have the
muted
mic?
again, Your Honor.
can you have them unmute you, please?
Yes.
Is it true you're going to be admitting to the having an
Yes.
unlicensed dog on that date? Okay.
Yes.
Fine of $100.
How much?
$100.
Okay.
And the A ticket is dismissed.
Other than that, for this. That is an entirely different case. So that is why I can't address that at this time. That's not the case.
Okay. Is that the extent of the easy ones?
That's the easy one, Your Honor.
Okay.
Now let's go to the hardest one, which is the violation on my case with the
Okay.
IBAC.
Actually, so. given-
All right. Case number 22S00833.
Your Honor, I have reviewed the report and recommendation with my client. He did indicate there are a few things that are stated in here which apparently the biggest problem is that some things were not reported to the probation department. But he indicated, for example, he has completed counseling and he was going to I call them AA meetings. I think the court refers to them as 12-step. I just call them generically AA meetings. And there is the one time back in, I believe it was early March, where there was an allegation that he tested positive for alcohol. On the one hand, he denies that he drank on that occasion, but I think the more important thing is that there have been no indications since that time that he is still continuing to consume alcohol. And I think that's a big issue for him.
So I hear you saying he wants a hearing.
I'm sorry?
What we need to decide, is he having a hearing on these allegations?
No, Your Honor. We want to proceed and get this matter over with. We're prepared. I'm just simply pointing out some things in the report to the court. He also does acknowledge that there
Mr. Goldstein, the way I prefer that this work is, he's going to admit guilt to whatever he guilt to with an explanation. He admits the guilt, And then after I've accepted that plea, he can do the explanation.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I thought that was already done. I apologize.
No, he has not. He said he wanted a hearing.
Okay. All right, Mr. Osman, you do acknowledge that you just pled, I don't know if it was guilty or responsible, to the dog violations.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you understand that's a violation of your probation, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, do you also admit that you were ordered to do the MAD impact panel back when you were placed on probation last December?
I haven't sworn him in yet, so.
Sorry.
Mr. Osmond, it's my understanding that you're gonna waive your right to have a hearing in these matters, and you're gonna admit to the violations, is that correct?
Yes.
Your right-handed. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Right, thank you. You may proceed. Mr.
Sorry.
Goldstein, I see you're going through this list here. Can you start from the top so I'll know what he's pleading to and what he's not pleading to?
Certainly, Your Honor, thank you. Mr. Osman, you were ordered to do 6 days of community service back last December, correct?
Yes.
Did you do that?
I did some of it.
But you have not done 6 days, correct?
I maybe did more than that. I did it through the mosque in Fort Boulevard.
But you do admit that you did not provide proof of that to the probation?
Yes, I didn't provide them the proof.
Okay, you were also ordered to contact Access in Dearborn and enter services for counseling. Did you do that?
Yeah, I did that.
Did you provide proof of that to the probation department?
I give them the email for the probation, so they should email the probation.
Okay, but you did not provide proof of that to the probation department, did you?
I told them,
Sir, did you provide them did you directly provide that to the probation department?
No.
Okay. You were ordered to attend the MAD Victims Impact Panel. Did you do that?
No.
Okay. You indicated to me that you did do some 12-step meetings, but did you provide proof of that to the probation department?
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yes, I did provide them the proof.
How did you provide that?
I sent you the email, and the officer at the probation at the AA outpatient, she sent it also email, and I sent email too, and I sent you a copy of the email too.
Now, let me go back to something we already covered. You had just admitted that you violated the law in the dog cases, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you were also charged, and I don't have the exact date, with driving without a license, with giving false information to a police officer, and improper plates. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Were you operating a motor vehicle without a driver's license?
Yes, right by my house in Westwell.
You were operating a motor vehicle without a driver's license. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And then you gave a false name to the police officer?
That was misunderstanding. He was talking about who is the plate name, and he was talking about me, and I was talking about who is the plate name, which is my shop name, which is my son name.
Okay, you do agree that the plate on that vehicle was not the proper plate for that vehicle. Is that correct?
I thought it's a proper one. It is a shop plate, but he said it's not. He said it gotta be certain time to use that one. I wasn't know about that.
Okay. You also were ticketed on 5/27 for presenting. You were also operating a motor vehicle on that day. Is that correct?
Yes. All those customers' car, I was just road testing, and I told
You were operating a motor vehicle. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you presented an altered driver's license to the officer. Is that correct?
Yes.
And the plate on the vehicle was not the plate for that vehicle. Is that correct?
Yes, that's what he said.
And you failed to yield. Is that correct?
Yes.
If I missed anything, Judge, I'll go back and pick it up, but I think I covered just about everything.
Well, you could have covered enough. We'll say that. Are you satisfied, Ms. McDuffie?
Your Honor, I am satisfied. Just to be clear, we don't have an admission for the ETG, correct?
No, he's, because he's denying that.
Okay, just wanted to verify.
He's
Satisfied
denying
with all
that
the-
he tested positive for ETG.
Harassing, molesting, terrorizing, stalking behavior, bullying, and anything else. Or not to engage in any sort of criminal activity whatsoever.
What were the results on that ETG before I decide whether I'm gonna be satisfied with this?
Your Honor, it's just a positive. I don't think we have any numbers for it.
Okay.
I have not seen any numbers either, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, I'll accept it. I'll accept these numerous pleas to violations. Are you satisfied, Mr. Goldstein?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So as to the pretrials, Mr. Goldstein, I think I need to know which ones you're on so we can try to get some of these resolved. Mr. Barnett, have you made any offers on these?
I haven't. I've just been sort of waiting to see what was going to happen, although it looks like he just basically entered a factual basis on most of these. So the offer would be in case number 1484A to plead to that charge, which I believe is DWLS. I'll dismiss the B and C tickets. And then in the other matter, likewise would plead to the 1648A, which is having it or given a false license. I would dismiss the other three charges, B, C, and D. So in essence, he would be pleading to the A count in each of those.
Thank you.
That's acceptable, Your Honor. I mean, he's basically, as Mr. Barnett pointed out, already admitted them.
All right. All right, sir. In 24W001484A, driving while license suspended as a misdemeanor carrying maximum penalty up to 93 days and or $500 fine plus court costs. If you admit to that charge, then the prosecutor will dismiss the B and C tickets in those cases. And then there's an altered license in ticket number 24W001646A. That is a misdemeanor carrying a maximum penalty of 90 days up to $100 fine. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
And then exchange for that plea, tickets B, C, and D would be dismissed. Is that what you want to do, sir? I need you to answer out loud.
You have to speak out loud, Mr. Osman.
Yes.
All right. You have a right to have a trial in each of these matters, at which time you call witnesses to speak to you. You can get an order signed by this court to require that those witnesses come to court. You have the right to see, hear, and question any and all witnesses that are called. You have the right to be a witness for yourself, or you could choose to remain silent. If you did choose to remain silent, the prosecutor could not comment on that. In addition to that, you have the right to be presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those rights, sir?
Yes.
Do you understand you're going to be giving up all those rights and you're not going to be having a trial of any sort?
Yes.
You also understand, sir, that there's no automatic right to appeal this decision. So the decision that you're making today, in all likelihood, is going to stick with you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You also understand that if you are on probation, parole, or bond, that in all likelihood, well, they have already been violations. So these are violations of your probation. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
And do you also understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, they could have immigration consequences? Are you a U.S. citizen, sir?
No.
All right. But you you've had an opportunity to talk to your attorney about this and you still want to plead?
Yes.
All right. And in addition to that, sir, well, I guess next to the charges of altered license and drive while license suspended, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Anyone promise you anything other than what we placed on the record today to get you to plead guilty, sir?
No.
Anyone threatening you in any way, shape, or form?
No.
All right. But just so the record's clear, on May 9, 2024, operating a motor vehicle at the vicinity of Zephyr Ave and Tyler Road here in Ypsilanti Township.
Guilty.
Were you operating a motor vehicle, sir, on that date and time?
It is in Epsilon G 48198 by the Willow.
Your Honor, you cut out there a little bit, so he
Oh,
may
I
not.
see. Okay. Were you operating a motor vehicle on that date and time, sir?
Yes.
Okay. And at the time, were your license suspended?
Yes.
All right. And then on May 27th, at the vicinity of Dorset and the bypass in West Willow, were you operating a motor vehicle and you were pulled over?
Yes.
And you gave them an altered license at that time, sir?
I give them what?
An altered license?
What does that mean?
Was the license forged or something was wrong with it?
The license plate?
No, the driver, you gave them a driver's license. Was it your
No, I
driver?
didn't give them driver license. No, I didn't
What
give
did,
them
what
driver
did-
license.
what did you give them?
Nothing. They just have my name. I wasn't even have a driver license. I wasn't even have wallet with me.
Was the plate that was on the vehicle the proper plate for the, can we go to B, Paul? Would that be?
Yeah, or
probably-
we could just do a no operator's license on person. It's the same penalties and zero.
Okay. Okay, did you have a driver's license on your person, Mr. Osman?
No.
All right. I'll do a count 2 knobs on person, count 1 is dismissed.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I find that there's a factual basis for these pleas. They have been willingly and knowingly made. Are you satisfied, Mr. Barnett?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Goldstein?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, let's move on to the sentencing phase.
Your Honor, a lot of what I was going to say in terms of sentencing, you heard as Mr. Osman and I went through the report, and he acknowledged his behavior. I'm not going to talk about what he did in the sense that it's there. The court is well aware of it. The main thing I think, Your Honor, is that, and I understand Mr. Osman denied that even on that one date when he tested positive, that he was drinking, but there's been no other indication that he has continued drinking since you placed him on probation. Your Honor, what I'm going to ask the court to do is give him 30 days. I mean, he's been in 20 days already. This is the first time Mr. Osman has been in jail. And 20 days doesn't sound like a lot to some people, but if you've sat in jail for 20 days, it is a lot. I'm asking that he be given 30 days in jail with credit for the 20 that he served. One of the reasons I'm asking, and that he continued on probation with a scram tether, because I know the court is very concerned about the alcohol portion of the charges. The reason I'm asking for 30 days, Your Honor, is that the 16th of this month is a religious holiday. Mr. Osman indicated that because of family issues, there are people from his family coming from all over the world to be with him and his immediate family here in this area. I understand that he is not and should not be proud of his behavior while on probation. There are a number of violations, but I'm asking the court to take into consideration his statement, which he's going to make to you in a moment, that he is no longer drinking and that he will comply in the future.
Ms. McDuffie?
With regard, first of all, thank you to Mr. Osman for admitting at least to some of the things that are here. I think that's some progress made since our last couple of hearing dates. With respect to Mr. Osman's substance abuse, however, I look at it a bit differently. I don't have the viewpoint that it's necessarily super significant that that is what appears to be his only drinking event since he's been placed on probation, because what we know about him is that he can go relatively long stretches of time without necessarily consuming substances. However, the case that we're here on that he's violated on is from an offense date of August of 2022. This case was pending for quite a long time before we reached the plea in this matter. And from the time of the arraignment on that, which was around November of that year, he tested positive for alcohol right after he was arraigned on it, and positive for cocaine, actually, the following month. And then things seemed to be stable. He was doing well. No substances appeared until this second case happened. And the second case occurred unbeknownst to us at the time, he appeared for jury selection in this case, I believe in April. And that high BAC, this is a high BAC case. That was another high BAC. He showed up in court in person after consuming that amount of alcohol at a 0.222, I believe. And we were none the wiser somehow. And so obviously he's gone from, a full year, but then that's a significant event. And then we go from, again, ETGs, we just have either it's there or it's not. We don't get numbers for those. Who knows, what kind of numbers those might have been. And then, of course, he had those, when he was sentenced on this case, he had those other warrants, I think in Ohio or something like that, for drug charges. Mr. Osmond has substance abuse issues that may appear to make infrequent appearances, but something's clearly wrong because it's still happening and it's still going on after he was on bond for this case, after he was sentenced on this case, after he's on probation for these cases. So I can't be confident at all that that represents that he won't drink anymore. Because what it actually shows me is that he definitely is going to continue to use because he is still using after all of this. And we haven't been able to get at the heart of why. As to jail, I appreciate he has been there for 20 days. I hope he recognizes that. I don't have any objection to the sentence requested by counsel, but that can't be the end of it either. His sentence needs to be, he needs to be in some sort of treatment. I'm not sure what he hadn't complied with any of the, as far as we could tell, any of the requirements of probation. So I don't think that he's been in treatment as far as I know, but he certainly needs to be. So treatment is not a sentence per se, but he definitely needs some sort of oversight and insurance that he's going to comply with that once we can order it. If the
Mr. Burke, as to sentencing on your cases?
There are no objection to immediate sentencing in my cases. I don't have any additional comments.
Do you want to say anything about those sentences? Posting. I'm planning to give him credit time served on those.
Yeah, I don't think I need to address those, Your Honor. I think the more serious case is Ms. McDuffie's.
Mr. Osmond, is there something you'd like to say, sir?
I would just wanna promise the court I will never gonna have kind of violation again. Until I get my license back, I'm already applied for another job. And it's not required me to be driving or road testing any car. And for the alcohol, I'm not drinking alcohol. I'm done with that. I'm done with the alcohol. And the only time I drink alcohol, it was just I have personal issue that's in the family and all that. And I'm not, I don't even allow to be drinking according to my religions, even my family, they don't know I'm drinking. Even my kids, they don't know I have a tether until now. I can't even enjoy the life with them in the summertime because I don't want them to see the tether I have. I believe I learned a lot from what's happening, and I promise I'm not gonna have any issue. And I can have this tether on my leg all the time, and I will never gonna have no issue with it. I promise.
As to case number 24W001484A for driving while license suspended, it's the sentence of this court that you serve 20 days in the Washtenaw County Jail. Credit time served. Same is true for the altered license charge. 24W001648A. As to 22S00833, sir. I think the prosecutor is correct. It is something more is going on. I hope that what you're saying to me is true, that you're not going to drink anymore, but I am very concerned about that.
I promise that.
We do not have any information from Access for an assessment for you.
I will.
Sir,
I can't hear you.
Please don't overtalk me. You are to get an assessment to the probation department within 10 days of your release from jail.
Get that from Access?
Wherever you want to get it from. I don't care, but we need to have it within 10 days.
Okay.
As far as the sentence is concerned, I am going to give you 30 days in the Washington County Jail. Credit for the 20 days you've served. Your probation is continued. You must follow all recommendations for any assessment. All original conditions are and your probation is extended for 6 months.
No.
Scram is continued. If you're not on the scram tether, then you will be on the scram tether.
I am.
You are. Okay. And I will see you back here on August 20th, 2024 at 10 a.m. All right, sir.
All right, thank you.
And that I'm gonna put all of your show causes because you still have the $100 fine that you just pled today, and you have a number of tickets that are in show cause status. Those will all go to that same date. And hopefully you can get another job and start making payments on your tickets too.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dave.
Done? Yes. Anybody report TV after that? We're glad we went to.
I've done all my. I just have to do that one as you've been going. So that's what this is.
Do you need all these tickets too?
No. I already have them. So you can hold on to them. I'll give you the file back once I grab this one and then you can update.
Okay.
However you need to.
All right. Thank you.
Awesome. He's connected now. Here, I wanted to give you this. And then it's this to everybody.
Okay. The court will call the matter of Charles Hamilton, case number 22, State of Michigan versus Charles Hamilton, 22 FB 1263. You're muted, Ms. McDuffie, if you said something.
Sorry about that. Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Thank you. Mr. Hamilton, please state your name. Mr. Hamilton. Thank you, sir. Who from the PD's office is representing you?
Hamilton.
Who from the PD's office is representing Mr. Hamilton? Let's turn off this video.
I don't see a Mr. Hamilton on the docket for today, but that could be my fault. Sandra White on behalf of Charles Hamilton.
Thank you. All right, I turned off Mr. Hamilton's video. Hopefully that helps with his delay. It looks like he's been untethered. He's doing what, like his tether, he hasn't had any violations. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing from what I can tell. Anything, Ms. Johnson, you want to do a verbal report?
He's testing, the only thing that he's testing positive for is the THC. He's reporting, he just needs to work on his payments. So I know we had a concern with him in regards to treatment, because he did leave transitional, but he hasn't had any issues. He has been contacting with me and keeping me updated, but I don't know what's going on as far as his treatment. So that's the only concern that we have.
So he never got the assessment.
He was supposed to get an assessment within, what was that, 7?
Within 1 week, so 7 days. So he didn't do that?
I don't have any assessment from him.
Mr. Hamilton, what happened with the assessment?
I totally forgot about the assessment. That's totally my fault.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna bring you back on August 6th and see if you have that done.
Okay.
Your Honor, what's the case number? I'm looking through today's docket and I don't see him listed.
22 FB 1263.
Thank you.
You said August 6th, what time? 10 o'clock?
At 10 a.m., sir. Make sure you have that assessment done. You have that assessment done within the next week, okay?
Okay.
And get that over to Ms. Johnson. And thank you for doing everything
Yes,
else
ma'am.
you're supposed to be doing. Have a good day.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Are these FTAs?
Yeah, did I not?
All of these are failure to appears? Whoa. All right, the court will call the case of Chloe Zalga-Yair. This is Ypsilanti Township, 15T 00863.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender, I think this was mine, Abby. Chloe Zayair. Your Honor, this is also Chloe Clifton.
Why say that when Ms. Clifton?
I think I was in a breakout room. I'm looking at the notes now.
What do we do with Ms. Clifton?
He took a plea on my case, Your Honor.
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
Your
go
Honor, she pled no
ahead.
contest to false info to police.
Right, but when is her next court date?
September 10th, Your Honor.
We'll just put this over to September 10th.
Thank you, Mr. Lebo.
No problem.
September 10th at 10 a.m. All right, that explains why you didn't say it, Ms. Ms. White. You weren't here. All right. State of Michigan versus Antonia Burton, case number 14 FB 1443.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
It looks like she owes $2,452. She is not present today. She has set up a $200 per month payment plan. Have any payments been made? Yeah. All right. No payments have been made. Defendant failed to appear, failed to pay. She appeared in March. She appeared in March. March 5th. That's when she set up the $200 payment plan. You sure it is right? Oh, I could have not changed my sticker. My stamper. Show cause will be scheduled in this matter for August 20th, 2024 at 10. Failure to peer, failure to pay. State of Michigan versus Carl Darrow, case number 16S00051.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Don Viliba for Mr. Darrell. I have not been able to make contact with Mr. Darrell. It does not appear that he has made payments.
Defendants failed to appear, failed to pay. August 20th, 2024 at 10 a.m. before show cause. Ypsilanti Township versus Michelle Evans, 22S00616.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Michelle Evans. I have not had contact with Ms. Evans, and I don't see that any payments have been made.
Ms. Evans failed to appear and failed to pay at the last hearing, which was scheduled for April 9th, 2024. Bench warrant to issue.
$325 is the total share here between the two.
3,500, 10%. Ypsilanti Township versus Lisa Gonzalez, 19T00704.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Lisa Gonzalez. I have not had contact with Ms. Gonzalez, and let me look on my notes. I don't think there was any payments.
Can you
No
check
payments.
today to make sure that no payments have come in? Sometimes they pay on the morning of.
I did check this
Today.
morning. I did not see any.
All right, thank you.
Last one I see is a $25 payment made in March.
All right. Defendant failed to appear, failed to pay. August 6th, 2024 at 10 a.m. for a show cause. State of Michigan versus Jason Home, 19S00733.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Jason Hall. I do not see, I did check, and I checked again a few minutes ago, and no payments have been made. And I wasn't sure if there was supposed to be a report in this case, but there was not a report either.
No, I think there is a balance still. Is it 325 still? Yeah, I thought we did a judgment of sentence on this and close this case out.
We did, Your Honor. It was closed out except for the $325 that he owes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just joined.
Thanks. Was that restitution the 325?
That is a good question.
Because if it is, we did a judgment of No, it's not.
It's all fines and costs, miscellaneous, nothing is ordered in restitution, Your Honor.
All right. So I discharged him from probation, remove the tether, but then he needs to pay. So defendant failed to appear, failed to pay. We'll do this for August 6th, 2024 at 10. State of Michigan versus Jamie Miller, 19S00691.
Richmond Deputy for the People.
Jamie Miller is excused from court today. Apparently, they made payments as they were supposed to. We'll set this over to September 10th at 10 a.m.
That's the hospital. Yeah, that I took. Sorry.
Statement, State of Michigan versus Melody Monroe, case number 19 FB 1874. She's excused from hearing today. Continue with payment September 10th, 2024 at 10. State of Michigan versus Kayla Smith, 23S00218.
Richmond Deputy for the People.
This is was Olga Yarmolenko was the last person on this case. She pled to count 2. And she had a COPS of fines and costs only, and she was supposed to complete an ABR class and pay fines and costs. Has she done? Did she make any payments? She's made no payments, and we don't have any proof of the ABR class. So show cause in this matter would be scheduled for August 20th, 2024. Well, do you have a request with respect to this since she hasn't done anything, it appears?
Your Honor, I don't yet. I believe that Ms. Yarmolenko was conflict counsel for the underlying case, but she should still be getting notices. Well, she would have got a notice about today's date, and she knew what she was supposed to do. So a show cause is okay for now with me.
All right. I think I said it out loud, but I'll say it again in case I didn't. These will all be adjourned to August 20th at 10 a.m. State of Michigan versus Christopher Taylor, 18 FB 1565.
Richmond Deputy for the People.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Christopher Taylor. Sorry, just a second.
1 second, the phone number just came in. There's a phone number that just entered the room. Please unmute, hit *6 and tell us your name. For the phone number, please hit *6. Unmute your device, tell us your name. If you don't unmute, you're going to be removed from the courtroom. Last chance, *6. Why I want to.
Oh, you want to? Okay.
Okay. All right, the court will call the case of the state of Michigan versus Christopher Taylor, 18 FB 1565.
Rachel McDuff for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Christopher Taylor. I have not spoken with Mr. Taylor, but I did notice that a payment was made on August 22nd of $50.
That was a
I'm
long-
sorry, April 22nd.
That was still a long time ago.
Yes, it was. Not quite as long, but that's still too long. All right, show cause the issue. Show cause August 20th, 2024 at 10. All right.